Today, I have an interdisciplinary student joining us to talk about a new up-and-coming project. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little about what you have researched?
Hi, I'm Devin Renninger. Picture this. Waking up in the morning in your house, and you're walking outside to see characters, such as Mickey Mouse or Elsa, alongside with the rest of the town, Disney themed. This is what the Disney company is in the process of creating. A story-living community. The Disney company had a press release that stated that it would be full of neighborhoods that are infused with the company's special brand of magic.
Wow. So, is it just a town or is there more?
Well, there's going to be a private waterfront club, a private beach, access for the members, and a man-made beach that you can publicly access if you were to pay for it.
That sounds really interesting. Where are they planning to build all this?
A city in the Coachella Valley, actually. It'll be built in Rancho Mirage, California, nearby Palm Springs.
Okay, so how come you decided to do research on this project? Although it does sound a little extreme, it also seems like a great idea for Disney fanatics.
Well, hearing about a Disney community interested me. Then, when I started learning more about it, I looked at it from a point of view of economic, planning, and sustainability disciplinaries. I then realized there are definitely some issues to question, and the building date hasn't even been set yet.
What do you mean by issues?
Well, to start off, there have been some concerns raised about the environment. By the looks of it, even with Disney trying to be conscious about their environmental impact, as they noted in their press release, it does not seem like, it would be very sustainable. Nicola Ulubari, who is a researcher of water management at the University of California, Irvine, brought up the problematic 24-acre lagoon that they plan on creating in that community.
Wow, 24 acres is a lot. How is that a problem, though?
The whole community is going to be built in a desert, so there's not a lot of water, present as it is. On top of this, there hasn't been a lot of water to go around in California either. Nicola pointed out that the water sitting in a lake and evaporating isn't going to do much for people. Sitting water does not have any benefits other than for pretty scenery, as a source of drinking water for people, and it's not going down to a river where it can be provide habitat for fish.
Okay, I get it, but not fully. Why is it such a big deal?
Well, Nicholas said that not too far away from the Coachella Valley is the Salton Sea, which historically was a big lakefront resort. Now, it's just evaporating more and more every year and is creating huge health problems for the lower income communities in that area. Also, the dust from the evaporating Salton Sea is a major problem for local residents, and even more worrying, children who live near the sea have higher rates of asthma. So, Disney has ignored problems nearby that can easily happen to them in the coming years.
That sounds awful. Why can't they just put it somewhere else, though?
You're right, they can, but they've considered other locations. This is where the planning aspect really comes in. In order to have a successful community, there needs to be thorough, well planned out communities.
Okay, that makes more sense. So what about from the economic point of view?
Well, the last thing Nicholas said is that really stood out to me was the quote, "You're creating this wonderful amenity for this wealthy group, turning your back on the Salton Sea and all the problems it's created there." She points out the fact that this Disney community is going to be created and accessed by the wealthy.
People pay for what they want, so of course it's for the wealthy. Why does it matter?
Well, the thing is, not only is this a sustainability issue, Disney has tried something like this in the past.
I've never heard of that, so I'm guessing it didn't work out too well.
Correct. I found out through the Guardian web article that In the mid 1990s, the company developed Celebration, Florida, a community at the border of its Disney World resort, known for its rugged small town, Americana aesthetic, and pre-scheduled fake snow.
So what went wrong?
There were a lot of challenges. There was a foreclosure crisis, a lawsuit in 2016 by some residents over mold, leaks, and other overdue repairs. There was the high-profile trial of a man accused of murdering his wife, 3 children, and their family dog inside their Celebration home in 2020. The town is no longer owned by Disney for obvious reasons.
Jeez, that's a lot. Sounds like a total failure. And now they're trying again?
Yep. And this time around, the prices are going to be even higher. According to The Verge, homes in Celebrated averaged around $1.6 million. The Zillow Home Value Index estimates the average home in California to be $774,899, which has gone up 22% over the past year, further impacting the market value of homes in California.
That's a lot higher than I thought it was. So, tell me, where did you get these ideas from?
As an interdisciplinary major, I've had many opportunities to learn about and analyze topics from many viewpoints. My planning class and my interdisciplinary class have both encouraged me to think from my perspectives, which have helped me immensely.
A major in interdisciplinary studies sounds interesting, but back to the issue, they're obviously not going to stop the building of this completely, all because of some little issues that they seem as minor or are ignoring. What could happen to make it better?
In terms of economics, as well as environmentally friendly choices and better planning skills, they could definitely decrease the size of the lagoon, or even demolish it. Or even better, Disney could put some money and efforts toward the issues surrounding the Salton Sea. Or even put in a new location. Furthering this, in order to improve the economic side, they could develop apartment housing in order to decrease the cost of living in the Disney communities. The best choice would be to stop the planning of the Disney community until a more sustainable and economically friendly route was created. If it isn't sustainable, it's not affordable.
Well, that sure is a lot and seems like a great idea. It was really interesting hearing about the Disney communities. As you mentioned, it's still very new. I'm excited for more information to be released.
Thank you for having me.